Peter David took to the new National Party stage in New York on Sunday, making his first public address since facing criticism from the party's leader Dr. Keith Mitchell. In what was widely perceived as a response to Mitchell's veiled accusations against him, David avoided any direct rebuttal, focusing instead on his long-standing advocacy for Grenada's working-class citizens and national unity. David, who has signaled his intention to challenge Mitchell for the NNP leadership at the party's upcoming convention, emphasized his commitment to Grenada's people, a stance cultivated over nearly 5 decades of activism. He referenced his involvement in movements dating back to the student protests of the 1970s and the liberation efforts of the 1980s.
I have never wavered from my commitment to the working people of our beloved nation. When I joined the NNP, I did so because I was convinced that the NNP was the best party to spearhead the development of Grenada.
Touching various social and economic issues, David expressed concerns about Grenada's healthcare and education systems, which he described as critically under-resourced. He called for greater accountability from the Deacon Mitchell government and criticized its perceived reluctance to heed constructive input from experienced leaders like himself and his colleagues. David also stressed the importance of agricultural revitalization, recounting his tenure as Minister of Agriculture and the deep connections he formed with Grenada's farmers.
Agriculture, we always say, is the backbone of the rural economy. But I believe that agriculture is both important to rural and the urban economy. Agriculture is important to the development of the country, and that is why it is so sad that this sector has been neglected.
In a notable appeal, David advocated for increased involvement of Grenada's diaspora in national decision-making, suggesting they should have formal representation, such as a dedicated Senate seat.
Just as a senator for the business sector, because the business sector is important, just as a senator for the agricultural sector, because the agricultural sector is important, and just as a senator for the labor sector, because the labor is important, so too there should be a senator responsible to represent the interests of Grenadians in the diaspora.
While David refrained from directly addressing Mitchell's criticisms, his message of patriotism and community-oriented leadership appeared to underscore his resolve in the face of intra-party challenges. As the NNP's convention approaches, the spotlight remains on David and his campaign to redefine the party's future.